one time he was like, I was there.
Yeah, we were alone. It was something that I did. So.
Moving out of Lancaster County, dude, we're going to jump all the way over to Indonesia.
Okay. For
pretty
another
far.
chalk fingers.
No, this one gets weirder. They don't bury their lead. It's not even in that. You know how that other story, not to criticize the website, but they definitely waited till you were one sentence into the story to be like, he was licking fingers. These motherfuckers, the whatever this newspaper is, and since it's overseas, I don't have to know it. I don't know, but it's in Indonesia. The title, right in the fucking masthead. Jilted Javan teen chops off his penis.
Was he jilted by his own penis?
He's just like, it's rejecting me, so fuck it. An Indonesian teenager chopped off his penis and tossed it down a well. They just sound made up, man. Unbelievably made up story. He's like, no, really, I threw it down a well. They're like, why? Wasn't thinking. I mean, that
He's like,
clear.
the well part's really fucked up. I know.
I was like, you're bugged by the well? I cut my dick off. That's more disturbing. It's like, the well's what bothers me. Jilted Java. An Indonesian teenager chopped off his penis, tossed it down a well, after learning his girlfriend intended to marry another man. That's what you do. The 19-year-old from a village in central Java was lucky to survive the self-surgery, health authorities said. He arrived at the hospital last Thursday in critical condition from blood loss. And this is a quote from the director of the hospital, the Silicap General Hospital. Cutting off a penis can be fatal. Ladies,
Thank God I know that.
doctors weren't able to reattach the dismembered member because these motherfuckers are way more clever than that Pennsylvania Live website. Because villagers could not find it. Everyone went looking for this. What sort of well did you get? I said, I threw it down a well. There's like you gotta imagine, like it's Indonesia, so of course your mind's eye is building a horrible picture of like one well village.
Yeah.
Where everybody's like, what a jerk.
Yeah.
What a dick. They're like, not anymore. Might need drinking water, man. I mean, I understand you're gonna go all emo and be like, she doesn't love me and take it off. That's one thing. That's Van Gogh. It's kind of arty and shit, and maybe a little metal.
Yeah.
Throwing it in the well is just obnoxious, you know? It's just like, hey, we drink from
Then you're affecting other people.
Yeah.
Feed it to an animal.
That's a statement.
I was in Indonesia and there's dogs everywhere.
So he had no
That penis
excuse.
was a meal.
And this is the thing, and that's why you could have been there. If you were on the scene, you could have been like, I've been to
You could
Indonesia.
have caught it before it dropped in the well.
Quick dive, roll, catch it, and shit like that. So that instinctively stuff it in your mouth. You and a fucking Indonesian dog.
Like, don't you know what these are for?
You and a wild Indonesian dog doing Lady and the Tramp with the students.
That's how we meet lips.
Doctors weren't able to reattach the dismembered member, as I said. The teen spent several days in intensive care, but is now in recovery. He had not spoken to anyone about the incident. He's still too shocked and embarrassed to talk to or see anybody. I don't know, man. If that happens to me, I'm immediately...
You gotta own it.
I gotta tell people. I'm gonna be like, it was her. She did it to me.
Yeah.
The girl. They're like,
Finger
who did it
point.
to you? She cut your dick off. And be like, no, but she broke my heart.
You're
Because
still
that's
not
the
gonna get
only
there.
sympathy you're gonna get, man. You gotta find some sympathy, because otherwise you're gonna wake up. Look, take it from the fucking too fat to fly guy. You're gonna wake up with a joke, like a fucking just a national joke and shit. So you should have a fucking story ready to go that's more humiliating than I've cut my dick off. Like if I was smart about the Southwest thing, I would have been like, sure, I'm too fat to fly, but did you know I killed 3 children 2 weeks ago? All of a sudden everyone stops writing about
Put that in print.
yeah, see what happens then. I bet you object to that too, don't you? So if I'm this dude, man, and people are like immediately sticking mics in my face, I'm immediately going pathetic, being like, I cut it off because a girl didn't love me. That way they're writing about what a retard I am, not what a fucking dickless wonder I am. Because at this point, man, like you don't want your name in the press because everybody's gonna know, and they're like, what's up? No dick.
I don't think he's gonna win. I think it's a lose-lose situation for that dude.
It's a dude who really didn't think.
Because then you don't even eat. Like guys are just like, come on, man, don't cut it off. And then with women, they're just like, you don't have a dick, so it's like, where do you go?
I really think guys are just like, don't cut it off, man. Like you know a lot of supportive guys. The one guy I know would be like, cut it off, motherfucker, do it. He did it. He's so fucking drunk. You know?
I mean, after the fact, like everyone's just like shaking their heads. No man's gonna be like, yeah, I know, I felt that bad one day. I had my heart broken too, and I came close.
You have those days where the razor's in your hand and the dick's in the other, and you're just cutting a little, and then you know life's too short.
But if I'd have seen a well,
the only thing stopping cutting it off, I had nowhere to throw it. If only the well had been fucking finished in our town. I want to kill these, get these out of the way, and then we'll just talk about other shit. I just love the news sometimes. This comes from Connecticut, my friend, from West Hartford. Police say a bogus ad for group sex led to the arrest of a man who allegedly entered the wrong house and groped an 18-year-old woman. Ladies, don't go home with any of those men tonight. Richard Zeh, Z-E-H, 29, of Newington, was responding to a Craigslist ad yesterday when he let himself into the wrong house where the woman repeatedly asked him to leave. So this dude reads an ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Says, comes to the orgy, motherfucker. And she's like, right on. And he shows up at the wrong house. And he somehow gains access to the house. And then he's telling the lady, I'm here for the orgy. And she's like, there is no orgy.
Yeah, I don't know if you see it, but I'm all alone.
Yeah, I'm by myself. Why are you dancing at me? And so she keeps, it says repeatedly, so she had to ask him more than once to be like, there's no orgy, can you leave? He's like, no, there's no orgy.
No. Where are you hiding the orgy?
Don't make me smell out the pussy, because I can smell pussy. I'm smelling yours. She's like, this is not an orgy. Please get out of my house. So the dude leaves the house, and he goes to the right address, the one from the ad, from Craigslist.
For the orgy.
When he gets to that house, the residents say, hey man, we're not having an orgy here. We didn't place an ad for an orgy. Do you see an orgy going on? What's your safe word, idiot? Nothing. He then goes back to the first woman's house, and with nothing left to do, he allegedly groped her. So the dude was just like, he reads an ad in Craigslist, and he's like, orgy, and he's like, fucking A, man, finally, the day is happening where we're going to have the orgy.
It's his orgy day.
It's his orgy day. He goes to this chick's house. She's like, this isn't the orgy. He's like, you sure? And she's like, no, really? He's like, I read it once on Craigslist. She's like, get out of here. He goes to the right house. They're like, we're not having an orgy either. And he's like, fuck. And rather than just go home, he goes back to the other house and be like, are you sure you're not having an orgy?
Because I am pretty sure you're having an orgy.
That's part of the story. That talks about like kind of what a dopey is. How does that happen? You sit there going like, why? What kind of despicable asshole moron puts like an ad?
The Craigslist orgy ad.
Now we know who it is. Connecticut man placed phony ad to torment female neighbor. Meet Philip Conrad. In a bid to torment a female neighbor with whom he was fighting, the Connecticut man allegedly placed a phony Craigslist ad directing men seeking group sex to the woman's home. Police charge.
Was the woman who was groped the right address?
No. He went to the wrong address. So think of like what a web of unintelligence this is. First there's a dude, Philip Conrad, who's just like, oh, I hate my neighbor, I hate her so much, oh, I hate her so much, that he goes and takes out an ad on Craigslist and says, hey man, there's an orgy at her house. And he's snickering. I'm sure he's not sitting there going like, she could very well be killed by an insane maniac. He's sitting there going, it's going to be so funny when they come for the orgy, and there is no orgy. But he's going to be, and that'll show that bitch. He's done with some anger or something like that. So he puts this ad in Craigslist. Then there's this fucking shining moron who finds the ad, and he's just like, I'm going to go to an orgy. Goes to the wrong fucking house, then goes to the right house. Both places tell him, there's no orgy, man. And then he goes back to the original house, does a little groping, and then they call the cops. Now, the guy who set it all in motion, Conrad, a 42-year-old chef, today made his initial court appearances in connection with reckless endangerment and harassment counts filed as a result of the fake April 5th online classified. Investigators tied